Hey everybody, welcome to the newest episode of Capital Combat. The name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch.
Rob Jarrell.
And today we got a treat for you. You're going to want to save this video because what we're doing is we're going to give you the schedule of all the televised fights that are coming on for the rest of this year. Talk about it, Rob.
Alright, so we've had the first 3/4 of the year go by. It's now October, and there is a plethora of big fights coming on that you do not want to miss. The first one coming up is on October 12th. That's with Timothy Bradley versus Juan Manuel Marquez. This one is on pay-per-view, HBO pay-per-view. So it's going to be HBO Championship Boxing pay-per-view.
Right. And then next week they're going to have HBO World Championship Boxing, which is going to replay Marquez Bradley if you miss it. But then they're going to have Mike Alvarado versus Ruslan Provodnikov in a must-see knockdown drag-out brawl.
All right. After that, on October 26th, we're going to have the old man Bernard Hopkins versus European Cairo Murat. On the same card, we're going to have Peter Quillen versus Gabriel Rosado, and another fight with Deontay Wilder versus Nikolai Furtha.
Oh yeah. That first one's not going to go long because if you remember Deontay Wilder, he knocks people out. So tune in early for that one. The next one we've got, also on that same day, is going to be Kell Brook versus, his name is hard to pronounce, Vyacheslav Sinchenko. That's going to be on AWE. It's a channel that a lot of people don't have. It used to be Wealth TV. They changed the name to A Wealth of Entertainment. Whatever. You can actually get a pass for like 99 cents a month to stream online their programming. So that's not a bad deal. 99 cents a month, you get maybe like 1 or 2 fights a month. So check that out, or you can just download it somewhere. We didn't tell you to do that. Yeah, we did. Alright, next up we have on November 2nd, we have Gennady Golovkin fighting Curtis Stevens. Now, this is going to be another one that...
Someone's getting knocked out!
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. November 9th, we have a triple header on HBO. Go ahead and let them know what that is, Rob.
Alright, so we got Rocky Martinez versus Mikey Garcia. 2 skilled guys. I think someone's going down. We also have Nonito Donaire versus Vic Darchinyan. Someone's going down.
Oh yeah. And in this one, go back and look at their first fight. I believe it happened in 2007. Donaire hits him with a picture-perfect left hook counter. And Darchinyan was so out of it that he didn't even know he got knocked out. You have to see it. It's beautiful. The last fight on that card is Demetrius Andrade versus Vanis Martirosyan. That's going to be for a vacant title. So check that out.
Must see 2 up-and-comer 154-pounders. The winner, next echelon, big fights ahead.
Yeah. The next week on November 16th, we have Andre Ward, the 168-pound kingpin, and on most people's list, number 2 pound for pound, fighting Edwin Rodriguez, who is also an undefeated fighter, and this is his first world title opportunity. You're not going to want to miss that.
And then with that one, there's going to be Tomas Adamek versus Vladislav Glasgow.
Yeah, and that's going to be on NBC Sports. So you got 2 fights on that night. November 23rd, we have another HBO pay-per-view, and this is the return of Manny Pacquiao fighting Brandon Rios. This one's going to have a lot of question marks on it because the last time we saw Manny Pacquiao, he was the victim of many memes as a result of the right hand of Juan Manuel Marquez. So we got to see how his fire is going to be, what's he going to have left, and he's going against a young, hungry kid in Brandon Rios who is looking to get his name catapulted into the stratosphere by beating Manny Pacquiao.
So moving on into December, on December 7th, we have the talker and Showtime correspondent who moonlights as a boxer. No, he is a boxer. But Paulie Malignaggi, who put up a great effort in a loss to Adrian Broner fighting Zab Judah. And if you know Zab Judah and Paulie Malignaggi, both are from Brooklyn. And they're going to be at the Barclays. To be honest, I kind of want to go and see it. It's close enough and it's a big fight. And then Amir Khan should be fighting. Don't know who his opponent is. Hopefully it's someone that we all know and can give him a good fight.
Yeah, and that's it for the boxing card. Now, also as a reminder, every other Monday night they have Monday Night Boxing on Fox Sports 1. So they'll have young and upcoming guys on that. You can see the future of boxing as they come up and follow those guys as they chase titles. A
lot of them are from this past Olympics, well, the past 2 Olympics. They're Olympic fighters, especially from the one from 2012 and 2008. Very good up-and-comers, and I mean, just enjoy the fights.
Yeah. And next up, I'm really excited about this because we have Glory Kickboxing debuting on Spike TV. Now, if you don't know, kickboxing in general is pretty much the best of striking combat sports because you can get kicked in the face and you can get punched in the face.
I don't know about you, I was a fan of K1 boxing when it came on ESPN, so I'm really looking forward to Glory.
Oh yeah, and they also, the sport of kickboxing also boasts the highest knockout ratio in all of combat sports. So boxing, mixed martial arts, and kickboxing. Of course, you have like the grappling sports, which, you know, people get choked out, but they don't get knocked out.
Nah.
But that's neither here nor there. Let's get into the schedule. October 12th, unfortunately the same day as the Marquez Bradley fight, we have Glory Kickboxing. I believe that's Glory 11. And that's going to start at 9 o'clock on Spike TV. And they're having a heavyweight title tournament, which means these guys are going to be fighting more than once a night. So this is going to be really entertaining, and it's going to be interesting to see how their conditioning is because they're going to have to fight more than once.
But the first few fights, someone's going down. There are going to be some first round knockouts. These guys hit hard, they kick hard, and I expect some of them to go to sleep.
Yes. And then on November 23rd, another boxing conflict. We have the lightweight title tournament for Glory Kickboxing. That's also going to be on Spike TV. Probably going to start at 9 o'clock. And then December 21st, no conflicts. So just sit down, grab you some popcorn, and enjoy their welterweight tournament that's going to be on Spike TV as well.
It's going to be some pre-Christmas ass kicking.
Oh yeah. All right, next up, we're going to go into MMA. We're going to start with the UFC because they have a mind-boggling amount of cards coming out over the next 2-3 months. I mean, it is bananas how many cards they have coming up. So if you love the UFC, then you are in for a treat because I think they have something on almost every week. Let's start on October 9th, which is, isn't that Wednesday?
That is Wednesday.
That is this coming Wednesday. We have UFC on Fox Sports 1, and the main event for that card is Damian Maia versus Jake Shields. The week after that, on October 19th, we're going to have a pay-per-view with Junior Dos Santos challenging Cain Velasquez for the heavyweight title. This is going to be their rubber match. Dos Santos won the first by knockout. Velasquez dominated the second one. This is going to be to see who's the best.
Again, condition is going to play a factor because they're heavyweights, and these are five 5-minute rounds, and we're going to see who has the best conditioning. Cain Velasquez usually does, but we'll break that down for another time.
Right. Next up, October 26th. That's unfortunately the same day as the Bernard Hopkins fight. You have Lyoto Machida versus Mark Munoz on Fox Sports 2. Now, a lot of people don't have that channel though. It's going to be what used to be the Fuel channel. I have Dish Network, so it's on channel 398. I can't remember on DirecTV, but if you got Comcast, you're out of luck. Sorry. Next up, on November 6th, we have the UFC Fight for the Troops, and on that, we're going to have Tim Kennedy, who is actually a United States Armed Forces veteran, versus Rafael Natal. I'm not too familiar with him, but if you like mixed martial arts, watch it anyway, because you know what? I am.
Anything could happen.
Yeah. On November 9th, we have Vitor Belfort versus Dan Henderson. Now this one, I'm actually looking forward to. That's going to be on Fox Sports 1. Now you tell them about the November 16th card.
Now, the November 16th card, pay-per-view, is the return of George St. Pierre versus Johnny Hendricks. GSP, still one of the top pound-for-pound fighters. He's coming off an injury, so it's going to be interesting to see how he looks coming off this injury. So I'm looking forward to that. He usually dominates his opponents, but Johnny Hendricks is a really good fighter. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's also the UFC 20th anniversary show, so expect a lot of people in the crowd. They've stacked that card. That's probably one that you might want to buy. I believe also on that card is Chael Sonnen versus Rashad Evans, which is a very good matchup between two wrestlers. Tune in and find out who wins. Next up, November 30th, we have the Ultimate Fighter finale. If you watch every Wednesday on Fox Sports 1, they have the Ultimate Fighter reality show on. It's been pretty entertaining. They have women fighters on there. They have the men fighters both at the UFC Bantamweight division, which is 135. So the people who win in that series are going to fight on November 30th. And then the main event for that fight is a rematch between Demetrius Johnson and Joseph Benavidez for the flyweight title, which is 125. Now, if you saw that first fight, this was probably one of the most technical fights that has been put on in the UFC, and it was a thing of beauty if you love technical fighting. I mean, these guys put it all out there, and they showed textbook wrestling, textbook striking, and textbook grappling. I mean, it was just beautiful, and we expect the same thing again.
If you're looking for Mixed Martial Arts 101, catch that fight.
Exactly. On December 6th, they have Mark Hunt versus Antonio Bigfoot Silva. And that is going to be on Fox Sports 1. Another very good fight is going to be on regular Fox. Not like Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, and all those affiliate channels. This is going to be on actual Fox Network TV. And that's going to be Pettis. Anthony Showtime Pettis. He's going to be defending his lightweight title for the first time against Josh Thompson, who is a Strikeforce alum. Should be a good fight. And then finally, for UFC, is December 28th, Chris Weidman defends his middleweight title against Anderson Silva in a rematch of a fight that was very controversial because he knocked out Anderson Silva in the first fight, and a lot of people are trying to figure out if he threw the fight, if he took it seriously, if Weidman's just that good. So you want to tune in to find out if he can do it again, or if the Anderson Silva that everyone fell in love with is going to come back.
That is still weird to hear Chris Weidman in middleweight title. I mean, Silva's the challenger. I haven't heard that in like 10 years.
Yeah. A little exaggerating, but hey, it's been a long time, and we'll break that down later. We got a lot to say about it. Also on that card is a rematch between Ronda Rousey and Miesha Tate for the 135-pound bantamweight title. They had their first fight in Strikeforce. Miesha Tate is credited with giving Ronda Rousey her longest fight. I think it was like 4 minutes and 58 seconds before succumbing to the armbar. All right.
Armbar!
Yes, Ronda Rousey has great arm bars, but I think you all know that. Next up is Bellator MMA. This is probably the #2 mixed martial arts promotion. They air every Friday on Spike TV, so check that out. I believe the cards start at 9 o'clock. They have different tournaments each week. Occasionally they have title fights. But on November 2nd, they're going to have their very first pay-per-view. And this is actually a very good card that they have coming up.
Their biggest event to date, they got 2 named fighters in Quentin Rampage Jackson versus Tito Ortiz. If you know, both of these guys were with UFC. And if I'm not mistaken, Rampage came out of Pride as well in Japan. So you're looking at 2 veterans who are still exciting fighters, and they're going to give that push to Bellator. You also have King Mo Lawal versus Emmanuel Newton. And this is a rematch from their previous meeting in a light heavyweight tournament where Emmanuel Newton caught King Mo with a spinning back fist.
Oh yeah, it was a nasty spinning back fist, knocked him out cold. And Mo wants some payback. Newton wants to prove that he's better than him, and that's going to be for the interim light heavyweight title. Also on that card, they have the lightweight title being decided between the champion Michael Chandler and Eddie Alvarez. And then they have the featherweight title fight with champ Pat Curran going against Daniel Strauss. Pat Curran is a very good fighter. He beat Joe Warren, who is on the Bellator Fight Master Series as one of the coaches, and just returned not too long ago on the Bellator card. I believe it was last Friday or Friday before last, and got a victory as well. So these are some very good fighters that you want to see, and maybe if they make that step up into what they call the big leagues of the UFC. So you get to see these guys on the rise.
So that's just about it. Well, that is it. That's all we got for you. Please save this, leave comments, ask questions, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And please, like I said, leave a comment, ask a question, anything that you have for us, we will respond to. And if need be, we'll take some questions and make a video if we can.
Yeah, so send it in. You can hit us up on our email page, on our email address, CapitalofCombat@gmail.com. It'll be showing as soon as we leave this video. It always plays at the end. So make sure that you guys subscribe. Send us a question. Talk to us.
Hey, we're here.
Yeah, we want to talk to you. You want to talk to us. We want to keep this like, we're having a conversation between the 3 of us. Him, me, you. Let's talk.
All right.
Peace.
This is round 1 and you've already lost. They don't seem to see that everything we've done is coming and cost. My fists are on fire. I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage. Keep thinking that it's a game. I kick crime, hurricane. I told them I don't play. I'm liquid.
Black Street Fighter.